Welcome back, everybody, for this Tuesday live training. I'm really excited to get to talk to you about dreams tonight. I was guided to write that down in the list of the poll that everybody got to choose, what they wanted to learn to talk about for this Tuesday live training. I was guided to put dreams because I do feel that dreams is something that is changing right now. It's something that is really important for us right now. So this video for today will give you the information about dreams that you can use to your advantage. So this is why I put dreams into that category, and y'all voted, and today was dreams, talking about dreams and how dreams communicate with you. So remember, for every Tuesday live training, I will be putting up a poll where you can choose which topics that you want to look at, what you want to discuss and learn about. Second thing is, in those polls, you can always write your own topic that you're very interested in, and that will give other people a chance to vote on that too. Or you can always post it somewhere else, send me a direct message, and I can always add that to the poll for each week in discussing the different topics for the Tuesday live training. And again, everybody, I'm really excited that you're here. If you are just popping on, comment below and let me know that you're here. Just say hello, because I'm really excited to see who is here for tonight. And again, we're going to have a lot of information with dreams. Dreams is such a big category, so we're going to break it down into what you can use right now. And if you do want to go into the different sections of dreams, because it's such a huge category, then we can also vote on that too for the Tuesday live trainings. So again, anybody who is joining, pop down below, let me know that you're here. If you're watching this in replay, you can hashtag replay and say, hey, I'm here. Or you can just put, hey, I'm here. But I love to see when people are watching it live versus when they are coming replay. Now, if you haven't met me already, if you haven't gone through the Heal Your Chakras Intensive and really have gotten to know me through that stint of knowledge and information and learning, my name is Lauren Egle. I'm a 4th level master Peruvian shaman. I'm a registered nurse, and I'm creator of the Lightworkers Path program, which many of you may have heard about. And I am here every Tuesday for the Tuesday live trainings to give you a lot of good information. And also, if you feel the need to pop up, ask me a question, pop in the DM, send me a message, say hey, or ask me a question, or whatever you choose. I would love to get to know each and every one of you. I am more of a relationship person, as in getting to know the people who are joining. So if you feel comfortable, like, say hey, let me know. And yeah, it's very nice to meet each and every one of you through this platform, through this Facebook group. So I absolutely love it and I adore it. Lisa says, I am here. Hi, Lisa. Kim says hi, so hi Kim. So thank y'all both for joining for tonight. Again, it's going to be a lot of good information with dreams and a lot of things that are information that is also talking about the shifts that we're going through right now. So that's going to be in the advanced part of it. So a few reasons why you want to come live to these Tuesday live trainings is, number one, you get to ask questions, right? You get to chime in, you get to ask questions. I love the participation. I love answering questions during it. So feel free, if you want to comment, and any questions, if you have questions about what we're talking about, and I will be glad to get to them. If I'm not able to get to them, then I will get to them after the video, and or you can always shoot me a direct message and we can talk about it there. So yeah, if you have any comments, remember to put it down below. And tonight's topic, which I said, is how dreams communicate with you. So this is interesting because your dreams can tell you so much information. It is telling you your subconscious. It is bringing things into your conscious minds. And so we're going to get diving into that. For example, number one, what are your dreams telling you, right? So we'll dive into that. We're going to look at what do you notice? What do you look at in dreams that can give you that information? And then we're also going to go into advanced dream work, and what's really happening with the shifts that are occurring right now. So those are the topics that we are going to be discussing tonight. And again, we're also going to go into that advanced dream work for those of you that want to go a little further. So these videos are for people who are beginning or jumping in right now in their spiritual healing, and also for people who may have been doing it for a bit or a little more advanced in their spiritual work. So it goes kind of from beginners to intermediate advanced. So we do cover both in these videos. So again, everybody, thank you for joining. Now, who's ready to get started? I am excited. There's so much going on right now, and I'm happy to bring this information with the dreams to you so that you can use this in your own healing. And this is why I'm bringing this to you right now, and because each of you voted on it, right? The voting is very important because then you can put your input into what you choose. So let us begin. So the first topic we're going to talk about tonight, and again, if you are on and you haven't popped in, say hello, or you are going to be watching replay, #replay in the comments and say hello, because again, I love seeing your faces and knowing who's jumping on. Now, tonight we're talking about how dreams communicate with you, so we shall begin that right now. So number one, first thing we're going to talk about is, what do dreams tell you, okay? Dreams can tell you so much, and there's so many different types of dreams if we're labeling dreams. We're not getting into the details of the types of dreams. Instead, we're going to get into the what are the dreams telling you for tonight. So if you're interested in knowing the different types of dreams that you can have, then we can post that in the poll for an upcoming Tuesday live training. So tonight, we're going to talk about the dreams are telling you what your subconscious or your higher self is trying to tell you with what is going on in your body, in your inner self, okay? So it's your subconscious or your higher self, okay? So it's your subconscious or your higher self telling you what's going on in your life, what's going on within you. And the reason why I break it down into subconscious and higher self is because we all know, or most of us know, that a lot of times it's our subconscious coming up to tell us things that we don't already know about ourselves. About ourselves. And it's coming through dreams. That's another way of communication. But I'm also bringing in the higher self, and you'll understand this whenever I talk about the more advanced work, okay? So I'm just going to talk about the subconscious right now. So if you remember a dream, okay, if a dream is vivid to you and you remember it, this is an important aspect saying, hey, I'm remembering it for a reason. There's something that I need to see in it. There's something inside of me that I need to know, and that my subconscious is bringing up, okay? So if you remember a dream, you want to gather that information, right? You want to notice what sticks out when you have that dream. What pops up in the dream that's really like, ooh, that's important. I know we forget dreams a lot of times whenever we wake up, so a lot of people have dream journals, right? So if you are one to dream and you tend to remember the dreams, or you forget them, have a dream journal, wake up, write it down, because again, our subconscious is trying to tell us something, right? So you want to gather that information, because then you can look into that information and you can get more information from that. Number two, sometimes dreams come up and we remember them, but we don't know what they mean, right? And we may not get that information. That's okay. If we don't get information from a dream, if we don't know what it means and it completely stumps us, that's okay. Because sometimes we have dreams or information from God, source, spirit, universe, whatever you believe in, from our higher selves, that comes into our reality, and we need it now, even though we won't understand it until later. So it's like coming now to help us out with later. Okay, so everything There's a reason for everything. Even if we don't understand it on a conscious level, there's a reason for everything. So if we don't understand a dream, say we get the dream, we write it down, and we're just stumped by it, right? Okay, that means that's okay to remember that dream because it came up, and you will remember it if it's important, and it'll pop up in a later time. So don't worry if you miss a dream, because some people are like, oh, I forgot my dream, or oh, it doesn't make sense to me. It's okay. Okay, everything in divine timing, right? So again, it doesn't have to be for now. It could be something that you look back at. Now, if a dream, and I'm going to get more in detail, I'm just kind of going over the tidbits about dreams first. So if you have a repeating dream, this is important because repeating dreams are ones that you have a bigger theme or a deeper issue to it, okay? There's a deeper issue or bigger theme going on. So there's a couple things with that. Number one is that sometimes we have a dream and then we have a recurring dream. If we have the same recurring dream or same recurring theme of a dream, it's saying, hey, there's something that, number one, we might be ignoring. Are we looking into it or are we running from it? Or if we're looking into it or we're getting information or writing in the dream journal, whatever it is that you need to do, but you're not getting that information, that's okay. It's not time. Again, it could be something, that's coming now, but you'll understand a little bit more later. But the first thing we want to do is, journal about it. See what comes up. Look into it, right? Especially the pattern ones, because those are showing a deeper theme in your life. So some people have dreams that start, for example, I was constantly running. I had running away from people that are trying to kill me dreams. I had it for so long, trying to escape, running away. So that's important because you can get an idea, and once you get an idea or the pattern of it, then you can have that idea of what you can relate that to what is going on in your life. So again, you can use a journal, you can look into that. And again, guys, I'm only looking at the small tidbits, and we're going to go deeper as we continue. Okay. So we also have others. We're going to look at, so repeating dreams are important, right? We also have where other people come into our dreams. What does this mean? There's quite a few things that others come into your dream. So if it's someone you don't know, you want to take notice of what is really popping out. Like, are they triggering you in some way? Are they reminding you of a part of yourself? The biggest thing is if you don't know them, most likely they're playing a role showing you an aspect of yourself, okay? If you don't know who's in your dream, they're playing a role that's showing you an aspect of yourself. So you want to know and notice what's coming up, okay? What is really popping out to you? Then you want to reflect that back within yourself and see what comes up. And a lot of times, because this is subconscious, it may not be something that we fully see yet in our conscious minds. But it's really important that when it does come up, to notice it, to journal about it, to meditate on it, to do some heal your chakras with it, so that we can get more information, because it means that it's ready to surface, it's coming up, and that the information that you need is going to come. So you do want to dive in with journaling, meditation, healing your chakras. If you do your own journey work, journey with it. Things like that. So again, if you don't know who that person is, it's an aspect of yourself, right? Number two is if you do know who that person is, if it's a family member, if it's a friend, it can show you quite a few things. It can show you, number one, a part of yourself, okay? Like I said, it could show you a part of yourself, an aspect of you, so you'll just relate it back to yourself. It can show the role that other person, so again, if you know this person in your dream, it can show an aspect of yourself, so you look into yourself, You could also show, this person can show you a role that they are playing in your life. Because with people in our lives, our family members, yes, they have a lot to teach us, right? We get a lot of soul growth with our family members. But friends, okay? They have friends that come and go, right? Whether or not they're needed in our life to show us something, to teach us something, for lessons or soul growth opportunities. So if it's somebody that you know, you can see what role they're playing in your life. So that is one way to reflect on it. Okay, what in this dream is this the role that they're playing for me? So again, what do I need to learn from this? So no matter what, when you're looking at dreams, it's always going to be a reflection of yourself. You can't say always. In most cases, it's going to be a reflection of yourself if it's someone else in your dream. Now, and in that way, it's more of a mirror image. They're showing you a part of yourself that you're not seeing within yourself. So they're playing that role for you. The second thing is that if it is somebody you know, it could be a visitation dream. So it could be a past loved one trying to show you something, trying to teach you something, trying to help you, right? So that's another aspect of how that can play a role. But no matter what, whether it's a past loved one visitation dream coming in, they're still trying to teach you something about yourself. They're still trying to teach you a role. So if it's somebody you know in this waking life and they haven't passed on, well, then they're trying to show you a role that they're playing in your life. And number 3, they could just be, if you don't know the person and it's like a stranger, then you want to look at yourself, because all of it, no matter what, is a reflection of yourself, but it just kind of dives deeper, whether you don't know the person, whether you know the person, and whether it's a past loved one for a visitation dream. And there's other types of visitation dreams, which we can do different trainings, Tuesday Live trainings about, but that is up to you based on the voting. Okay, so again, everybody, thank you for coming, and I am excited to continue to work on this. Now, so we just talked about what dreams show us, which is, number 1, it's the subconscious or our higher selves, or of course working in conjunction, right? Because everything's actually really connected, showing us what we need to know. Then we also talked about repeating dreams. We also talked about other people in our dreams. Okay, now we're going to talk about situations. So situations tell you so much in your dream. Maybe it's what you're going through in your life. Sometimes dreams may show you it in an outer perspective because we can't notice it in ourselves. So I've noticed this with myself, and I've noticed with other clients, that when something is hard to look at within ourselves, then we may see it with other people because it's easier to see with someone else. But what we tend to do with that is just think that it's about them instead of reflecting it back, because we didn't want to look at it in the first place, right? Because we didn't see it with ourselves. So if you notice in your dream, there's a situation that's happening to somebody else, revert it back to you, because it is something that your subconscious is trying to get your attention on, okay? If this is the case, if you revert it back to you, you want to do some journaling on it, do some meditating on it, do the Heal Your Chakras technique on this. Why? Because a lot of times if it's a little more difficult for us to look at it, we need to clear out space, right? We need to take away some of that heaviness. We need to cleanse, clear, heal ourselves. So doing the Heal Your Chakras intensive is great, so that we can open up space. We can give ourselves the room and less heaviness, so that we can look at something a little more heavier. So if you feel stuck, do the Heal Your Chakra technique. If you haven't learned it yet, it is coming up in about 5 to 6 weeks. Okay, so that's with situations in dreams. Now, let's talk about feelings. So many people like to get away from feelings. And these are more people who are more mental. They're more in their head. They want to know the knowledge. They don't want to feel the feelings. And this is actually a lot of people. And it's also people who have so much feeling too. So it's the mental, people who are more mental, and try to do everything in their head, and also people who are very, very sensitive. It's like those kind of two extremes. Why? Number one is because the more mental people are trying to figure out what they need to know instead of looking at the feelings. The feelings tell you so much in a dream. The emotional people, the very simple, sensitive people, don't want to look at it either a lot of times because they have so much piled up on themselves. And these are people who don't know how to release, right? Or have so much trauma from the past they're very sensitive, emotional people who don't want to look at the feelings in a dream. It's because they're piled up with all these emotions that it's just too heavy, right? So again, you can use the Heal Your Chakras technique that I teach. You can journal, you can do emotional release, but you want to look at those feelings, okay? And you want to dive into those feelings. The feelings that you feel in a dream is something that you feel within yourself. Now, a lot of times, again, it may be hard to see this because it's subconscious and because it's coming up, but we want to give it that space, recognize that it's there. Notice that in our dream, if we have fear, notice that that fear is probably inside of us. And even if we don't feel it, it's there. It could because it's coming up for a reason. So notice it, feel it, release it. When you do that, you can also have more space to get more knowledge, more information. And whenever I say notice the feelings, feel the feelings, release the feelings, if there's still more to know about whatever the situation is, you're not going to be able to release all of the feeling that you found in your dream. So what you can do is release as much feeling as you can as you're going into. So save your dream. You have a fear. You're being chased by people with guns, for example. And you have a lot of fear that comes up. In your waking life, in your waking state, you can dive into those feelings, into those fears, feel the fears, and then release it. And again, this will give you more space so that the subconscious can come up even more, and then you can get the knowledge of it and more emotions come up so that you can release it. So this is a way of figuring out what our dreams mean. Because what happens if something comes up from our subconscious, okay, in our dreams, it's coming up like that for a reason. So how do we get that information? We have to dive into it. And again, feelings are important. So we don't want to just go for what it doesn't mean. We want to go for how does it feel? Because those feelings, again, are within us. And if we can clear those feelings, and you can look at the Choose Your Life training for emotional release, it gives you the techniques on how to do it at the end and gives you more information about the emotional release part of it. Whenever we clear that, we'll get more of that subconscious information coming up. So we'll get more information from the dream if we notice the feelings, feel the feelings in our waking life, release as much of the feeling as we can, and then we can dive deeper. So feelings are so important. Now, again, if you're a mental person, you want to just figure it out, you cannot skip the emotions. You'll get a lot from the dream mentally, but you're going to miss a major aspect of it if you don't dive into the emotions in most cases. Sometimes dreams maybe you already dove into the emotions, and maybe it's just the knowledge part of it or something that you need to know that's coming up. But either way, listen to your heart, really dive into your heart, do some journaling, meditation, heal your chakras, and technique, and that can help you with that. If you have any comments, dive down into the comments and let me know, or any questions, and I will be glad to answer. So that was a little tidbit about feelings. So next, and I know I'm going through all of this really fast, but the next information and what we're diving into is the more advanced part of the dreaming and what is coming up, what is really coming up for a lot of people in the shifts that we're going through right now. And if you notice, dive into, I just posted an astrology post from Alex Miles, and in it talks about the vivid dreams that are coming up for people. So about the 4 supermoons. So before I saw that today or yesterday, I forgot when, I got the message for the dreams because we need to know what's happening in our dreams, because a lot of us are going to be going through shifts in a higher state. And I'm going to talk about the advanced work in dreams, the healing work in dreams as I go. That's what's coming up. But the reason why I got this is because this shift is occurring with these supermoons. And I put the 2 and 2 together whenever I saw that post. I was like, okay, it makes sense on an astrological level. It makes sense with the messages that I was getting. So it was kind of being put together. And what I'm going to teach you is how to do healing work in your dreams if it comes up for you. And again, this is the more advanced, and this is for people who this is already occurring for, and or these are shifts that are going to be coming, but you've never done this before maybe, or you don't know what to think about it, or it's really confusing, because this is newer for a lot of people. It was newer for me whenever this happened to me, whenever I started doing this in my dreams. So we're going to dive deeper with the dream state and the shifts. And again, this is the more advanced part. So let's start with that. Now, dreams are a space for healing. So I talked about before how dreams can really show you your subconscious, right? It brings the subconscious to the conscious mind so that you can get information that you need to work on yourself, your inner self, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Okay? So with this, we already know that number one, how dreams are healing is the subconscious coming into the conscious mind, and those are steps in the healing process. Okay? Most people know that about dreams if you've been in the spiritual community for a little bit and you've learned a little bit about dreams, right? Now, the second way is your higher self coming into your dreams and doing healing work on you or on other people. Okay? So this is the more advanced stuff that I'm getting into. What does this mean? So our higher selves, and I say this as if we're separated. Of course, we're all connected, but the reason why I'm saying it is separated right now is because that's how people understand. So I'm going to say it as people understand to get a better idea of it. But again, we're all connected. So the higher self, for example, jumps in. So in your dreams, people who may be going through this or may soon be coming into this, that your higher self in a way takes over in your dreams. It's not that you may be able to control your dreams necessarily. We're going to talk about lucid dreaming, but this is where your higher self comes into your dreams and then starts working on yourself and other people. And then in your dreams, you get this sense of your higher self working on you, of healing, of doing that healing, doing stuff that you need for your life, for your own healing. Now, I know this is getting deep, but it's, again, important for people because these gifts are gonna open up for people even more so. If you haven't already gone through it, if you haven't felt your own healing work in your dreams, this is one thing that is occurring with the shifts right now, which is why I'm jumping on here and telling you that it's okay, it's normal, and it is a really good thing. So the good thing is that, number one, we're not controlling it. It's our higher selves. So it's to trust that dream as this healing is taking place. This healing can go really deep. So your higher self is actually going really deep, and in your dream, it's almost showing you in weird ways, however your dreams, show you, that it's going into past traumas, it's going into ancestral karmas, it's going into inner child healing, and that your higher self is healing that for you on that level where you can consciously see it, even though it may not make sense in the dream, but you can get a feeling or you can get a knowing, or it may show up in a dream where you understand it, because every way that your subconscious and higher self translates information to you is in a way that only you can understand. Even if you don't fully understand it yet, all the message that we get is in a way that we can understand. So when our higher selves, comes into so we're dreaming and it's our higher selves healing us, we get that conscious feeling, even though we may not understand it fully, that our higher selves is doing the healing work, the the healing. So whether it's the inner child healing, familial karma, ancestral karma, or past trauma work. Okay. Now, it's almost like a double whammy, right? Because number one, we're getting the healing on such a deep level. Our higher selves is doing that, but it's also showing us at the same time. So this is what's really cool. And again, I'm telling people this because of the shifts that are coming with. This is what's gonna start opening up for a lot of people, and that not to be scared of it, because your higher self has you. Complete trust. And in your dream, you notice you won't feel scared. You notice you feel good because, yeah. But we'll go into an even higher step with that, right? So we'll talk about lucid dreaming. So lucid dreaming is when we know that we're dreaming and we have the full capacity and capability consciously to do what we want in our dreams. Now, this is something, and I'm always honest, but I'm going to share something with you, is that I couldn't do for the longest time because I was highly frightened of it. So I have always been fine with my higher self, and I feel in dreams when my higher self or myself, without conscious control, I always feel good whenever my higher self is doing the healing work and I see it and it feels good, and I wake up like, oh, that was awesome. One thing that scared me was it was almost like, okay, do you want this now? It's like the universe, God, spirit, my guides, whatever you want to call it, gave me the chance of lucid dreaming, where I had all the capability of doing those healings in a conscious level in my dreams. This scared the crap out of me. Why? Because I was scared that I was going to use my conscious self and not be connected to my heart and do something that was not of my highest benefit or others' highest benefit. Because I've known many times where I would do healing work for others in my dreams, but that's only, again, it's never been conscious. It's my higher self taken over, so I was fine with that because I know their higher self was okay with it too. So lucid dreaming has scared me for the longest time, but it is something that is awakening for a lot of people right now, and I'm getting that it's going to be me, but I actually really trust myself now, and that's been a journey and a lot of work and a lot of letting go of the unworthiness and all of that. So that is opening up for a lot of people too, that we're going to have, and we do have the capability of consciously healing ourselves in our dreams, and to not be scared of it, because this is a gift, number one, even though we can still feel scared, right? Like I said, I went through that where I was in my dream and I was like, excuse my language, F no. I got immediately out of it. I was not trusting myself to do that. And this was in the past. Well, with the lucid dreaming, we can call in our guides, only those of our highest benefit, to support us. We can, you can say it in prayer form, or you could ask your guides, guides, I ask for support or guidance, but only those of my highest benefit to guide me in this lucid dreaming. And if you begin to work on lucid dreaming, you can ask your guides before you go to bed, or you can set the intention to have lucid dreaming and ask your guides to come in before you go to bed. And remember, only if it's of your highest benefit. Only if it's of my highest benefit is what I would say. And the reason, we're not going to go into that right now, but you want to make sure to state that. That way you know it's love, light, all of that. Only those of your highest benefit will be guiding you. Okay. If you have any questions, now I know I went through this stuff very quickly. I didn't dive too deep into it because I feel like we're going to go deeper with dreams in general. I feel like there's going to be more to come with dreams. But the important part of this was really talking about, for people who didn't know about the subconscious, to let them know that how to look at it. Number two, if there's repeating dreams, like those are diving into deeper, more bigger themes in your life. So to really take notice of that. How important feelings are in dreams, because we tend to skip that, right? especially if we don't want to feel. So that's why our self-work is really important, whether it's journaling, but we have to release we have to release in certain ways. So going into nature, doing the chakras technique, that is great for releasing, so it can give you the space so that you can go into the feelings and can release. And then going into the deeper dive into healing yourself in your dreams. If it has not opened up for you, it may open up as a gift. And if, depending on where you are on your journey, it can open up as lucid dreaming. And to remember, you can always, number one, get out of there if you don't feel comfortable, which is waking up. Or number two is calling in your angels, guides, helpers, only those of your highest benefit, to guide you in this lucid dreaming so that you can go further with your healing. Because when you're on another level, when you're in that dream world, it is a whole nother ball game, okay? It is stuff you can do from your conscious mind here and now, depending on where you are in your journey. But this, in your, like, when you're in that dream state, is a whole another another level, and you're doing it consciously. So I'm thrilled for everybody that this gift is awakening, and I know it can be scary. So this is a, hey, this is what could be opening up for you. Don't be scared. Trust it. Unless you get fearful in your dream, and if you're going into the lucid dreaming where you're actually conscious, then if you get fearful, you don't feel protected, you don't feel safe, okay, get out of there. But you can always ask your angels, guides, helpers to guide you, only those of your highest benefit. I'm going to call it a night. I didn't think tonight was going to be too deep. I know a lot of people are going through major shifts right now, as am I. I'm going through major shifts right now. So I'm putting this out for people who need this right now. And yeah, again, if anybody rewatches this or has any questions, please comment down below, reach out. If you want to go deeper into dreams, like maybe different types of dreams, or going deeper into like different aspects of it. This was a very generalized, hey, this is how you work with dreams type thing. Again, very generalized, until a deeper dive with that more advanced stuff. If you want to go deeper into it, let me know. We can always put that as a poll, going deeper into dreams. And I hope everybody has an amazing night. I'm going to take care of myself because I really need it right now. And I know I need extra rest. And I have a very strong feeling, and I'm getting this message that a lot of you need a lot of extra rest too right now because of the shifts, because of the full moon, because of the things that are integrating within you, shifting within you, surfacing within you, the emotional stuff. What people don't realize is that when we're going into the emotions, when we're doing our own work, that takes energy. So it can give us that energy, like it can revive us, but it's also when we're going through deep things, especially things that are painful for us, it takes some time, it takes some integration, it takes us taking care of ourselves. And that's what these new energies of 2020 are really pushing so far. And especially the fact that I just saw that there's 4 supermoons coming up until May. It's going to be a ride, guys, and I'm here to support, okay? I'm here to support. So if you need anything, reach out. And again, I am very happy that you came and joined for tonight. And I'm looking forward to continuing the Tuesday Live trainings and whatever changes and stuff happen in this group. And feel free to post on the page if you find something interested or you want to share. You can always post that on the page. It is a community to help each other out. Okay, have an amazing night, and I will talk to everybody soon.